Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bunny. I'm back again for a whole new video. I hope the Bunny Gang has been enjoying my videos. I'm so sorry for the lighting. That's like the light from my ceiling, and it's just like hitting this like camera in like a weird way, and there's just really nothing I can do about it unless I like get another camera and angle it somewhere else. And I already decided to start recording um, on this camera, so pretty much we're going to be doing letters to my ex part 12. And long story short, I was gonna do another video that I was gonna record today, but because I was like busy doing other things that I had to take care of for this month, and everything's been crazy with everything that's been going on. I'm just trying to keep the channel relevant, but at the same time, um, I also want to record videos that I want to record, but it's a little hard with everything that's going on. But it seems like since I already started Letters to My Ex, it's like, why not finish the series anyway? So I don't know how long this chapter is per se, but let's see how long it takes me. And goes from there. I think, like I said the last time, I think this chapter said worst. I can't really tell, but we're just gonna go with that. I'm in Miami right now. I'm about to start working on this book, and I'm ghost writing for someone. And on my way to the beach, my new favorite place to write, I stopped to pick up a new USB key. It's crazy because as I grabbed it, I got the deja vu. Remember that time when we technically broke up, but we were still together-ish? Like, it was basically the same old story on repeat. We weren't together, but you were still telling me that you loved me. You were still apologizing and fucking with my head because that was your favorite hobby, and still playing on the fact that you knew that I still loved you. Was confused and hella weak. Remember, we had moved out of my place, and you had moved in with your cousin while I had moved into an apartment by myself, closer to where I was working at the time. Within 2 weeks of me being there, I got robbed. Remember when my apartment got robbed? Remember when you said what you did? I was smashed in the middle of writing a book, my first book, a book that I had been working on. Little by little, throughout the last year we were together. That morning, after frantically searching every box, bag, and jacket pocket that I owned, I realized that I was missing my USB key. All of my work from the laptop was backed up on it. So I made a mental note to pick up a new one on my way home from work. That same night, with my fresh USB key in my hand, I got to my apartment and I found that I had been broken into. They had taken everything they could carry in their hands, including the laptop with all my work on it. Remember? I was fucking done. Between all that shit that I was going through with you, all that shit I was going through with my family, the stress of the abrupt move, and money being very tight for me, I was completely fucking done. You don't know this, but I sat in the middle of my living room floor, literally rocked myself back and forth for who knows how long, bawling, asking God why all this shit kept happening to me, and begging for him to please just make it all stop. I was in such a bad place back then. Everything kept falling apart. Crazy thing is, I called you before I even called the police. That's how fucking distraught I was. And that's how much I still considered you to be the closest person to me. As a matter of fact, I still at that point felt like you were all I had. I just needed like 3 minutes of comfort from someone who would understand more than anyone. Then I really didn't give a fuck about anything else that had been taken. I only cared about that laptop. 3 minutes of comfort from someone who knew how hard I had been working on that book and how much it truly meant to me. Just 3 minutes of comfort before having to write a police report is all that I needed from you. But what did you say instead, James? No, actually, what did you ask me when I called you in tears, barely about to even get a words out? You asked me if they took your chain. You completely skipped over what I was telling you and had only one concern. A stupid ass $900 gold chain that you left by my place that could have been very well brought back at any moment. Was it no sentimental value to it? Was there no meaning behind it? It was just a stupid fucking gold chain that you could have brought back at any time you wanted to. I couldn't buy my work back, James. I could not fucking buy my work back. I remember you saying that you were going to come check on me after you were done playing ball. I hung up with you, then called the police. After they had swept through my entire house, they left me with a simple ass conclusion that the robbery was an inside job. Neither someone had a spare key to the apartment, or I had accidentally left the door unlocked, and someone who already lived in the building had tried their luck and ended up being lucky. About an hour later, you showed up, stayed for a while, and then left. You fucking left. My house had just been broken into, and you didn't even spend the night or offer for me to spend the night by your place. How did I ever love you? The next day, I called you to ask if I could use your car while you were at work. I needed to go to the hardware store to get some top of the line locks and other stuff to secure my house. I didn't have anyone else to call at the time who wasn't already at work or that I had plenty much pushed out of my life for telling me a million times that I needed to leave you. I didn't have my own car neither. Why? Why didn't I have my own car back then, James? Oh, yes, because back in the beginning, when you moved into my house, you convinced me that there was no need for me to buy a car of my own and add it to the bills when you barely used your car. Just use my car, you said. Remember? What's mine is ours, you kept saying. Remember, don't stress. I got you, you assured me. Remember? Fuck, man. Why did I ever trust you? So there I was on the phone with you asking to use our car, and you said to me, honestly, it seems like you're just bad luck right now, and I don't want you to bring your bad luck on me, so no, I don't think it's a good idea that you touch my car. I don't think that I'll ever forgive how low you made me feel that day. Like, talk about kicking someone when they're down much. That was the day that I realized you were an actual monster. You just had to be. There was nothing else to call you at that point. Who says that to someone who just got their house broken into and robbed? Who says that to someone who is in the fucked up position that I was in? Devils, monsters, bad people. You. That day, it felt like you were just ripping me apart at all of my seams and laughing while you were doing it. I think that was the day when I finally got through my head that you didn't give a fuck about me at all. About everything we had been through and everything that was said and done. Like an idiot, I kept handling myself back over to you. A person who never missed an opportunity to let me know that he didn't give a fuck about me. Maybe you don't remember that day, but I'll probably never forget it. I'm sitting here on a beautiful beach, and I should be working. But instead I find myself writing this letter to you because fuck. It's memories like these that pop up and force me to look back on my old self. I can't even believe that I was that woman. The woman who once upon a time so proudly called someone as horrible as you her man. And here's the little quote before the next chapter. I know where I went wrong. I spent way too much time worrying about him and not enough time worrying about me. And the next chapter is own your own truth and set yourself free. Okay. I think we're getting about to the end of this book soon. I'm not surprised because it's not that thick of a book. Only thing I have to say about that, with the way it ended, chapters are not that long, so that's good. So that means I can like finish chapters, and the series doesn't have to like carry on forever and ever. But only thing I have to say about that chapter is I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like being with someone where you tell them you're going through something and their mindset is like, well, it's not happening to me, or obviously it's happening to you for a reason, or whatever the case is. Instead of looking at it like, well, I thought we signed up to be a team. And that's what I dealt with my ex. Like, it's, and me being the type of person that I am, I'd rather be with someone tell me that they don't care about my well being and tell me that they don't want me in their life and that they don't want me around or whatever is going on in their head than you dragging me along thinking that this is what it's supposed to be and it's not. So essentially, I wasted like 3 years of my life with someone who was a waste of time, who didn't essentially care. And by the time they even showed, quote unquote, that they cared, was we were already out of the relationship long enough where he should have moved on because he talked all this bullshit of, oh, I don't care, I don't care. But then when it came down to show that action and act that way, he really didn't. And it was just weird to me that that's how it turned out. But like, I definitely know that feeling of just telling somebody you're going through something serious, that you need someone's help or you just want their comfort and they're just not there. And then I and the biggest thing with that I dealt with the person I used to be with was when I used to bring it up about going through it, he used to be like, well, you didn't come to me, because he wanted me to like beg and plead for his help. And I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to beg and plead you for your help. It's either you want to help me or you don't. That's how I feel, man or woman. Like, you shouldn't have to beg or plead for someone who is in a committed relationship with you to be like, oh, can you help me with this? Especially if they already know what the problem is that you're going through. If that makes any sense. But I really have nothing else to add to that. I mean, it just shows how much of a douchebag people really are. People claim that they care about you and that they want to be with you, but they really don't. It's really, they're just in it for their personal gain. And it shows at the end of the tunnel what they're in it for by how they act and how they treat you when it comes to the bottom line, if that makes any sense. But I'm Bunny. If you guys have any other things to add, comment down below. Reach out to me on my social media. If you guys have any suggestions of videos you want me to try or consider, comment down below. Reach out to me on my social media. I think that's about it. I'm Bunny. I hope the Bunny Gang enjoyed. Also, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.